While watching this video, I want you to consider these guiding questions as we talk. Number one, what relationship do you see between the interior angles of a triangle? Number two, what relationship do you see between the exterior angle and the interior angle of a triangle? And lastly, number three, what relationship do you see between an exterior angle and the sum of the non-adjacent interior angles? What I'm going to ask you to do is, with a sheet of paper, a ruler, and a protractor, I would like you to construct a triangle. And so I'm going to model basically what one should look like here. So I have my ruler out. And again, you can draw the triangle however you'd like, as long as it obviously has three sides. So I'm going to draw my first side right here. And I'm going to pivot it, and let's make our second side right here. And again, you can draw the triangle however you want. This is just a model. Let me fix that. Okay, and then my last side here, all I got to do is connect those two together, and I'm going to do it right there because I messed up the line. So we're going to have our third side right here. Okay, what I want you to do is, and ignore my smudge here, angle 1, we'll call it angle A actually, angle B, and angle C. Okay, what I want you to do is, with your protractor, is I would like you to find those measures. So again, if you need to recall, I'll find a couple of these on my own. So this angle right here, line it up on the one side. I'm going to start at 0, which means I'm going to use the outside set of numbers, which means this angle looks to be about 56 degrees. Okay? I'm going to go find my next angle over here. I'm going to line it up. This time I'm going to use the inside set of numbers since I'm counting up, and it looks like this one is going to be 51. So that gives me 107 degrees. So that kind of gives me a hint of what my last one needs to be. That means it would need to be about 73, it sounds like. So let's see how accurate our triangle is drawn. And if I tilt it a little bit, remember I messed this one up a little bit. It looks to me, it is just about 73. It's a little off, so you want to try to be accurate as you can with your measurements. So I have my three angles, 56, 51, and 73. Now that I have that, those are what we call your interior angles. An interior angle is going to be angles that are inside of a shape. Okay? So I'm going to write that down here. Angle A, angle B, and angle C are interior angles. And so going back to the guiding question from the beginning of this video, I would like you to see, what relationship do you see between the interior angles of a triangle? And another thing I want to add to that is, if you take the sum of the interiors. So let's say between the sum of the interior angles of a triangle. Now, you might need to do multiple drawings to see this relationship. So feel free to draw, at least, at minimum, I would like you to draw two different triangles here. Let's talk about the last two questions. So the last two questions involve something called an exterior angle. And how we're going to draw an exterior angle is we'll use the same triangle, is I'm essentially going to extend the sides of my triangle. So I'm going to extend it this way. This angle right here, which I'll call angle D, is an exterior angle. I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to extend B. It doesn't matter which line you choose to extend, as long as you extend one of the two, that is okay. We'll call this angle E. And then lastly, I'll turn this again. Kind of looks like a windmill or some sort when you do it. And this last one is going to be called angle F. That's the next letter in the alphabet. So when I look at my shape here, angles D, angle E, and angle F are what we call exterior angles. And again, I want you to use your protractor to find them, unless you might see a relationship here. You might be able to find out what D is without using the protractor. But please use the protractor to just double check what your answer is. So going back to our guiding questions here. My apologies. Going back to our guiding questions, I want you to look at the relationship you see between the sum of the interior angles of a triangle. Now that you have the exterior, I want you to find what relationship exists between the exterior angle and the interior angle of a triangle. And lastly, what relationship do you see between the exterior angle and the sum of the non-adjacent interior angles? So the word non-adjacent, remember, is the ones not on not next to the exterior angle. So in the example here, going back to the document camera, angle D, I basically want you to tell me what relationship that has with the sum of the non-adjacent interiors, meaning not C, because C is adjacent, but adding A and B together. So you're going to answer these three questions on a separate sheet of paper, as well as have your two drawings. And so to complete this task, make sure you have minimum 2 triangles drawn, if I can spell triangles correctly. So at minimum, you're going to have 2 triangles drawn, and then also you're going to answer the 3 guiding questions for me. Once you've done drawing the triangles, finding all their measures, of course, and answering the 3 guiding questions, please make sure to check and submit your work with me.